We the Fans is the #1 sponsor in battle rap. My name is Frank White, and I probably contributed to some of your favorite battles. I mean, in the last 4 years, I donated $222,000 to battle rap for the culture. Check out We the Fans Global on Instagram for the full catalog of battles I sponsor. And follow We the Fans Global on YouTube to watch full battle breakdowns from a sponsor's perspective and a recommendation for what battles should be booked next. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe and keep stepping into your greatness. We the Fans is for the culture.
We are here with the greatest of all time. No, we're here with one of the greatest from the Carolinas, Mr. Anderson Burrus. Sir, it's a pleasure to have you on the platform. How you doing today?
Doing great, man. I appreciate it. Dude, $200,000? That's crazy in battle rap.
Something light.
That's insane. That's
well,
crazy.
I was trying to keep up with your 200 million views, but that's insane.
I'd rather have $200,000 than 200 million views, but that's I do. I appreciate.
I don't have that now. So, all right. So here we go. This is about you. Now, I'm extremely honored to do this interview with you. Technically, this is our second. We did one a long time ago, but we won't get into that. But here we go. So Anderson Burrus versus Chiron. Really an incredible battle, very competitive. I love your approach to the battle. I want to highlight some moments that I really enjoyed. I think you're kind of starting to fill in the shoes of Mr. Disrespectful, but here we go. I called Beasley, asked him nicely, and he signed my permission slip. That whole setup was dope. Last week, I watched The Notebook, and I only cried a little bit. Clearly, you're heartless because I cried a lot during The Notebook. Now it's Love on the Spectrum. The autistic kid is getting taken out. Crazy. You want to know the reason why I stopped calling you a friend? Because you lost to Mike P and made him confident again. Messed up. Just like your haircut, we can cut the short and square off in the back. Fire. You be drinking maple scissor out of styrofoam cup in the Canadian crime mob called Canuck if you buck. Yo, you were wilding against Chiron. Talk to me about that battle, what you remember.
Yeah, that was such a fun, terrifying battle because Chiron is like legitimately one of the best in the world. I would argue he's probably the hardest battle rapper in the world to beat convincingly. I don't think you can. I think Pat and Roan are the two people that I think have ever beaten him convincingly. He's just so good. He's so freaking good. And so I knew going in, if I'm battling him on King of the Dot and I'm battling him in Toronto, it's going to be a miracle if a single person has it debatable. And I think it's easily my most debatable battle. I would never be mad at anyone for saying that Chiron got that. But you know, I've seen people that are Chiron fans that have said that I've won, and I've seen people that say they're bigger fans of me saying Chiron won. So I think it's the kind of the perfect debatable battle. And I knew I had to hit him with everything I possibly could in order to get that outcome. So, that was a fun one, man. I'm really proud of that one.
You were wilding. I nothing but respect for you. As you said, Chiron is one of the toughest people to get a clear win on, and it was highly competitive. Salute to you both. This next one, I had you winning pretty clearly, and he's one of my goats. You know what I'm saying? Big salute to Thesaurus. But you were wilding in that battle. Here are some of the bars that I love. They got me battling Pete Morris. It's enormous. I'm not just battling a Saurus. I'm battling Thesaurus. Peter rap pretty tight, but I'm more famous for the sauce. Crazy. Your breath control is pathetic. And then he looks at you and goes, facts. It's super crazy. Chiron should have been the only rapper doing gun bars at 40. Crazy. He's Mr. 2 times everything, and that includes their ages. Crazy. He argues with his landlord about raising the rent. He believes it should be lower, like the age of consent. Yo, you're a sick bastard, first of all. Second of all, that was an amazing battle. Talk to me about that battle. What did it mean to you to be battling Source?
Yeah, it meant a lot for that, especially to be on a card honoring Pat Stay, because I was really bummed that I wasn't able to get on a Stay Forever, and so kind of the anniversary of that, being able to be in his hometown, battling a legend like Thesaurus, and honoring Pat is really cool. My very first battle that really got me, it was my first battle, but I feel like we all have a battle that we watched and it made us fall in love with battle rap and it made us go down the rabbit hole. And so for me, it was Pat Stay versus Thesaurus. And I just could not believe that one human being could say this could be this mean to another person. And it really had me obsessively watching both of them because I'm like, this is just crazy. So it felt really cool to be at an event for Pat battling Thesaurus. I'm really bummed that he choked so much through his material, but I did what I wanted to do, and I think I did really well. So yeah, I liked it.
You did, and you took advantage of the opportunity, and I think you're a stellar wild angle, but salute to you. But salute to you on effectiveness. So next battle I want to talk to you about, which was I think was also pretty competitive, and you did fantastically against another GOAT, Anderson Burrus versus Danny Myers. You were brutal. Before I get to quoting these, you were brutal. But let's get to it. We never see you, Dad. You're always rhyming with smack. Well, if you want to see me, kids, then subscribe to that. Out of line. Your kid should have taught you that lesson, but you don't learn from your mistakes. That whole setup was wild. OnlyFans with dildos in the throat. At least someone in your family can perform without a choke. Sir, you had to write that, and think you're sick. I don't understand your amazement. You wrote it, you memorized it, you were planning to say it. Super funny. I think your bars are as good as Eminem's beat selection. Watch your mouth about Eminem. But watch your mouth. Do y'all believe in a parallel universe? I do not care. In high school, you lost hair. Crazy. God don't like ugly, so I know that you hate yourself. This is really mean.
Yeah, man.
Off now, Danny. Our guns are very lethal. Bill Belichick. I'm in Carolina with something that's barely legal. Oh my God. Yeah. Anderson, talk to me about you versus Danny Myers. What's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, you could tell the first battle that made me love battle rap was Pat Stay and Thesaurus, because I love the meanness of battle rap, and I feel like that's missing a lot nowadays. I feel like we're all friends, like everyone is friends with everyone, and it's tough to go in with someone that you've like hung out with and that you like consider like, you know, a peer or a friend, and just be like, how mean can I be to you? But I think that's what makes battle rap fun, because we can handle it. Like that's what we sign up for. And so, you know, Danny, Thesaurus, all these guys have been fantastic sports about it. No one's been like really bitter afterwards, which I really respect a lot as like a man that can like, you know, take an insult like that and give one right back to me. We can have a good fun competitive exchange. It says a lot about their character too. But yeah, I got a couple of times I run a couple bars by my mom sometimes to figure out, like, because that's always that's always the standard, because I know a clip will go viral if I can run a bar by my mom and she understands it, and if she's horrified by it, I'm like, oh, I got a banger. Because I'll be like, you know, like, yeah, mom, like, you know, if you had a plan B, and she'd be like, you can't call his kids a mistake, and I'm like, oh, you got that? You understood that reference? Oh, I got one. You know, so that's kind of the Goldilocks zone. If she understands it and she's horrified, I'm good. Yeah.
That's so crazy. Yeah. Salute the moms for putting up with your mess. Yeah. Speaking of exchanges of very inappropriate things, you and Ars, I think y'all like sat down and said, how can we offend the entire world? Like, like what's the worst thing each of us could say? And y'all did that. Both y'all rounds, I think his first was super disrespectful, and I think your third was super disrespectful. And then even some of your second, I think y'all just were matched perfectly for that theme. So my favorite bars from you against Ars, to raise my career, Stevie Wonder, I had to learn how to play it by ear. Crazy. I'm back up in the spot like a black dude parking. And then you go, I checked the parking lot. So funny. The little ad-libs in between really add to like how well the bars hit. Yeah. I'm locked in with Arsonal. I'm a doomsday prepper. I thought that was crazy. I think you're a legend. Seriously, all jokes aside, crazy. What good are all your views if we're just watching you lose? Crazy attack. I don't got to convince the world of my accomplishments. My numbers do it for me. That's a fact. You see plaques everywhere like Fonz's teeth. And then you ad-libbed brush up and down. What a bastard. I don't care that you're a Crip. That means you die faster. Wow. Now I know this was a hit with moms, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, she couldn't. Yeah. Yeah. Honey, do not say that.
I never thought Blue Lives Matter. Super crazy flip. That was crazy flip. Yeah. I'm not throwing up a C. This is just the respect I have for you. It's a struggle meal. Ars, one cracker and a grape. You were wilding. You were wilding against Ars. I had you winning the second and third, and I gave Ars the first. What do you remember from this battle?
Yeah, I remember being really nervous about the black dude parking line, because I just kept on, because it's my return to URL after like 3 years. And I just was like, I thought of this line like a while, and it's like I've been dating my girlfriend for 4 years now, and she's black, and I started noticing she kept on parking in the reverse, and I started kind of noticing a pattern. I'm like, I'm starting to take it. It's just kind of this little thing, and I thought it was funny, and then I'm like, oh, back up in the spot. And I was like, if I get back on URL, I got to open with that. But I didn't know how it would land, because it could be. You could say that, and it gets people get upset. It's not cool. And I was talking to one of my friends on the phone when I'm walking outside the URL event, and I'm talking, and I'm looking, and I'm like, yo, actually in the parking lot, I think I'm good on this bar. There's a lot of this
bar is good.
There's a lot of cars like backed up, and so I just thought that was really funny, and I love that it landed. It just I love when stuff like that. It's stuff that's a little bit risky, but it lands. We can all laugh, and
it's lighthearted. It's not like
very lighthearted.
People's ancestral history and anything like that.
Yeah,
so it was mad funny.
Yeah,
it was funny, and it definitely landed. You could see even people in the room that may not be too tapped on battle rap cracking up. So you did well. You did very well, and it was actually, I loved seeing your return to URL. My first time seeing you was battling J2 in the Crucible. So like seeing you back, and you've had your Sway battle. There's been a few, but this like against Ars, I feel like in your progression, in any battler's progression, once you get to that Ars battle, that's definitely a milestone. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's on URL, from Geechee to Chess to you name it. Everybody has that milestone Arsonal battle, and you delivered and showed up. So salute to you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was really cool. It was awesome to have that return. I didn't think I'd come back to URL or get invited back even. And so to get that opportunity was pretty cool. And I really wanted it to be good. I just wanted a really good battle on that platform. And so, I was very, very happy with it.
You did very, very well, and you belong here, brother. You started here, you belong here. You're home. Thanks, when you come to URL, man. And you bring an element to battle rap that, as you said, has been missing for some time. And the more you hone that your craft, it's like the greater and greater you become. I'm watching you just ascend. No matter who the opponent is, you're showing up as a better and better version of yourself each time we see you. So salute you, man. For that.
It means a lot. It means a lot for you to go through all these battles and like write down the lines and stuff. It's just, I really, really appreciate that. Like it's really cool that like the stuff that I've written is like, you're excited about it. That just makes being a battle rapper very fun. So I appreciate
100%.
That.
100%. And you do such a great job at it. I had to. To flip the disrespect over to a whole different part of battle rap that's equally important. Salute to the nicest, salute the Roan. Your Jerry West battle. We got to talk about it. What was that experience like as someone who's kind of mastered the art of disrespect? What was it like writing good things about your opponent?
Yeah, I was terrified because I didn't think I never really wanted to do a compliment battle, but after I think this is like their third or fourth nicest card, and I started kind of feeling I'm like, man, I think I should get on this thing because I'd love to do a compliment battle on something like Barstool and and I got kind of frustrated watching a lot of the people get on it because I felt like no one was capitalizing. It's Barstool Sports, like it's major, and I felt like people were taking it not that seriously, because it's just a compliment battle. And I think compliment battles can be really good, especially I just see the viral potential of it. I see the dichotomy between the aggression of battle rap mixed with the underlying homosexuality of compliment battles. It's hysterical. Like, that's objectively funny. And so, the more I was thinking about it, I kept on thinking, okay, what is something that I want? My goal with every battle is, how can I get someone to stop scrolling on their phone? If they see something, how they have to stop and like, what is this? And that's how, and so I'm like, okay, the Chick-fil-A uniform has to, like, I worked there when I was 15. And so I'm like, I have to wear a Chick-fil-A uniform, because now all of a sudden you have a Chick-fil-A employee in a rap battle. And what would he be? He would naturally be complimenting. So like, it just kind of, it made a lot of sense. And then, the water into wine thing, hundreds of dollars of magic kits. I bought a ton of chemicals using ChatGPT to figure out how I had so many different experiments that I would try, and it would never get exactly correct. Then I finally got like the right mixture.
And I was like, that red. Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, I got it. I got it now. Yeah. And
that was masterful. Masterful. Nice, I think an artist starts out, early on in your phase. We saw you, putting your bars together, kind of honing your style and figuring out exactly what you were going to do and what you were bringing to battle rap. but you really graduate to that next level when each performance becomes performance art. And I mean that in a way to where it's like anyone could at any point can just jump in and go watch. And you can watch one battle here, one battle there. There's something different happening in each one. There's specific decisions being made that carries a message. It's not necessarily the deepest message sometimes, but it's a performance art to where it's something you can watch over and over and admire and get something from it different every time. And I think you're reaching that point now where it's like, we're not just getting a bunch of bars, we're getting a theme. We're getting something here in every battle. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. I take every battle very, very seriously. I've never battled ever in my life and shown up not thinking this is probably my best material ever. Like every one I've ever done, I've walked in going, this is it. This is my peak so far. And I've never really walked in feeling like, ooh, man, hopefully this go like I mean, I'm always nervous, but as far as the preparation goes, it's something I just take very, very seriously, because the fact that anyone cares what I have to say in a rap battle is still so weird to me, because I've been rapping for 16 for no, I've been rapping for 18 years now or something. And just and for the vast majority of that time, no one cared at all ever if I was rapping. Like, it just, no one really cared. So the fact people do now, I don't take that for granted. So I really want every battle to be really good. And so, yeah, I appreciate you asking that.
That's incredible. Salute to you rapping since you were 3 years old. For the next, you battled Joy France, brother. I'm not quoting any bars because I respect my elders, but tell me about that experience of battling Joy France. And it was another viral moment in your vast catalog.
Yeah, I mean, it's just another thing that I think about, that I didn't understand why people weren't like dying to battle her, because like as soon as I saw her, I was like, oh, this has to happen. I have to I have to battle her, because everyone that was battling her wasn't taking her seriously. They would keep on saying, oh, well, you know, I can't, if I win, I look bad, and if I lose, I look bad, so I can't win here. And that's kind of the angle they took. And I'm like, no, the only way to do this and make it really funny is if you pour your heart and soul into this material. Like I prepared so much for her, and I tried so hard, because that's what makes it funny, is if you go up there and like, I'm gonna murder you. That's where it's funny. And she asked me, she said, don't hold back. And I'm like, I promise you I won't. Like, I promise you I won't. And I don't, you know, she loved it. She loved it. And I think that's why she deserves someone to come in there and try their best and treat her like a battle rapper, because she is one. And it also gave her a lot of attention and stuff. And people found it hilarious, you know? And so I love battle rap so much because of stuff like that. I mean, she was great. Everyone thought it was really fun. And you know, a very fun experience.
Yeah, I loved it. My girlfriend hates battle rap. But she caught a bit of me watching that battle. She only saw your round at the time, and she was like, "Why is he being so mean to that old lady? This is why I don't like battle rap." And I was like, "Okay, but wait, let me play you her bars." And then I played her, and she's like, "This is a great battle."
Yeah.
So she got the message. You know what I mean? So you did a great job with that, especially to convert somebody who absolutely hates battle rap. So
yeah, that's crazy. You've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on battle rap, and your girlfriend hates it. Dude.
Well, now you know why she hates it. So,
oh my gosh, oh, I couldn't imagine. Yeah, that was just a hard conversation.
Well, luckily we watch you enjoy France now. All
yeah, there we go.
But the next one, I do have to ask you about this. You're battling Charlie Clips at home, brother. That is major. Now I know everybody has their qualms about Charlie Clips, and I'm definitely one of them, but there is nothing more major than that. Charlie Clips is still Charlie Clips. That's an incredibly huge opportunity, especially to have that battle at home. How does that feel for you?
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, Charlotte is, you know, I grew up in Raleigh. I live in Raleigh, but Charlotte is like, it's not too far away. And I have a ton of friends that have moved to Charlotte, and I just know a lot of rappers all across North Carolina. So I got a lot of friends in Charlotte that have been really excited to see me battle. And, so like it's just I battle so often in different countries most of the time, let alone in North Carolina. So anytime I get to do that, it's really fun. And Clips is obviously I never really care about how well my opponent does. Like that doesn't really matter. Like I told Arsonal, like I don't care if you choke; they're not watching for you, and that's kind of how it normally is. Because I'm like, dude, I don't my following I got from me. It's not from my opponents. Like you could do what I don't care what you do. If you do great, if you make this like a debatable battle, or you even beat me, dude, that is fantastic. Like I want a really good battle, but if you don't give that to me, that's fine. I just want to have, ironically, just good quips. And so, you know, and so that, yeah. And so, you know, yeah, I take it very seriously. And I think quips, and he's fooled us so many different times, but he did say in the promo video that he acknowledged that I've never been beaten. And he's like, I want to be the first one to do this. And so I'm like, well, that does make me feel a bit better. I feel like he has to know. You have to know at this point, you have to know the audience I have. You have to know you're going to go viral no matter what you do. It's going to be probably the biggest thing. You're going to probably get the most views on you than you maybe have ever gotten as far as just social media. And so it's in your best interest to really try here. This is not some small league. This is not, I'm not some battler with you know that you're way bigger than, that you have a way bigger audience. Like it's pretty even, and I would say I have a much more active fan base than you, or viewer base than you. So I think it's going to be a really good back and forth with them.
You've been warned, Mr. Clips. Get your business together.
Yeah.
Okay. You versus Miss Hustle.
Yeah.
This is another female MC, but a lot younger, a lot grittier.
Yeah.
I'm nervous for you.
I'm
It's
terrified.
been a lot of announcements where I've been like, you know what, Anderson's going to do what he got to do. But Miss Hustle, that's no joke. Does Business 2, April 18th, literally a few weeks after T-Top. What are you going to do, brother?
I don't know. It terrifies me. It's just, the problem is they're too good of opportunities to pass up. And 2 weeks is a disgusting amount of time for me to prepare. I like to have at least a month. And so my writing schedule, I did have like a solid month and a half to get this stuff, like to write for both these battles. I just have never, it's always been my rule to never do a battle within a month of each other. I kind of broke it for this one because I just think these are really good opportunities, and I think I could do it. Like I'm pretty sure I can do it. I have like a hard cutoff for writing for clips. And then once that is reached, then I just start writing for Hustle, and I'm going to it's going to be really tricky. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but I think I can do it. I think I'm in a really good kind of pace as far as like my writing. It just takes me a very long time to write because I have so many different drafts. I write so much material, end up cutting 60% of it to give, you know, like whatever, you know, the remaining amount of time is. And so, yeah, it's a large process, but I think Hustle is incredible. Like, yeah, she has ghostwriters. Yeah, whatever. Like that's fine. But if you're doing a rap battle with Drake, you know, that dude has ghostwriters too. It's not going to be, it doesn't matter. It's not going to be easy. It makes it more difficult. And so,
brother, she's got no ghostwriters.
What?
You're about to get cooked, brother. She is fire. You're in trouble.
She has no ghostwriters. Miss Hustle?
None whatsoever.
None. Oh, that's crazy. She's been wanting to get exposed for that all the time.
Allegedly.
Okay. Well, allegedly Epstein was into some weird stuff.
God.
Allegedly. I don't think I'm gonna get cooked for saying that though. Like, I don't think that's like a ridiculous. I don't think it's a ridiculous. I think Miss Hustle is a great. I'm sure she writes a lot of her own stuff, but it's the Aver problem. Where like, we don't know what you've written and what you haven't written, and so you know, that's kind of the problem with like her legacy at this point. But it doesn't change the fact that I would argue she is the best female battle rapper. I mean, I think Jazz is incredible too. Vixen's incredible, but I think Miss Hustle, when it comes to just pure performance and difficulty to beat, I would say she's the hardest one.
Agreed.
And so
yeah. No, I've never heard of her having ghostwriters. So moving right along.
All
right. What was your favorite experience battling in the UK? Because you've been over there a few times.
I really enjoyed. I don't know, man. I would say every time is really fun. I think the crowd is always great. Definitely battling Joy France was really fun because I just think it was a very fun atmosphere and crowd. But they're such a great crowd because they're just not spoiled like we are here. Like if you go to the URL like headquarters in Florida, it's a cool crowd. But the problem is that they all live in the area, so they're going to these events like twice a month. So there's it's not the, oh my gosh, there's Tay Rock. It's like you saw him last weekend, you know? So like, it's kind of, it's refreshing to be in an area that doesn't get battles very often, and they're reacting. And there's much more of an excitement in the air. And so, yeah, I think every time I've gone there, it's been really fun.
Agreed. Will we ever see you and Shuffle T out there in the UK? Because you did well against Funky D and Joy France. And
yeah, I mean, I battled Marlowe, and that's kind of the problem is they're so similar, like as people, and even as rappers. That's why they're the best 2-on-2 team I think ever. And I would put Shuffle T probably in my top 5 of all time. He's so good. I just love everything about his style. It would be really fun to battle him. I don't think he's really interested in battling. And if he does, he'd probably be very selective. And I almost would not, because I've already battled Marlowe. There's not that much else to say about. Yeah. And I just feel like he's just so. I want to see him against so many other people. I would definitely do it. But it would be very tough on my end to write. It's just hard to criticize him. Yeah. You can't even I'm like, dude, I don't have a thing to say negative about you. I just think everything you do is incredible. So it would be tough, but I would do it. It'd be fun.
Okay, let me just write that down. Anderson is Duncan. All right. What are your thoughts on the Crucible process? There's been a lot of chitter chatter about it. What were your thoughts and what was your experience?
Yeah, it was a good process. I mean, it got me to kind of where I am today. So it was successful in that regard for me personally. Definitely being in season 1, we were kind of the guinea pigs. There was just a lot of things they were figuring out, and I can understand that. I can respect that. I think the other seasons have been much smoother than the one that we got. And that's not really URL's fault. It's a new process, and they were trying to work it out. And I just think the problem with it was, what do we do after this thing? Like we have a handful of guys that are really good. Where do they fit into kind of the ecosystem in URL? And I don't think they really kind of got that figured out. That's why I think like Foots and like Souffleur Soul, like those guys are incredible. And it kind of felt like, do we put y'all against, like, where do we go from here? Yeah. So it's a tough process, man. It's really tough to kind of make anyone care about new guys when they're coming up. And I think a process like the Crucible is probably the best way to do it. But you're just going to get pushed back whenever you try to introduce anything new. And so, I don't follow it super heavy because I've been through it, and it was a cool experience, but but I definitely think it's given us some really, really good stars.
Agreed.
It's just a tough process of trying to figure out how to do.
Agreed. Well said. You got my vote when you run for president. How did you learn how to market yourself so well?
It started from Shotgun Suge, actually. So my third battle, I think, maybe second, was I was in college, and someone asked, "Hey, I'm the sponsor. I'm trying to you rap." They saw me battle rap someone and do really well. They're like, "Yeah, we want you to battle Shotgun Suge," and I'm like, "Okay, sure, that'd be crazy." Like, so I just got the opportunity to battle him in like a 1-rounder, and I felt so excited about that because like, yo, I'm battling like a legend, and so I wanted to brag about that to my local rap friends. So I'm like, I'll make a video making fun of Shotgun Suge before our battle. And so I did that, and then Suge liked it, and I was like, God, it was like freaking, it was like Jay-Z liking something. I'm like, this is crazy. Shotgun Suge knows who I am, even though we are battling. And so that kind of got me thinking, like, this is a good way. I've always loved making videos, and I'm like, there's also angles that I don't have time to put into my round, or I can't really make fit. So I could just do that, and it gets people excited about my battle. So I started doing that for all my battles, and I kept on having people say he's already up 1-0 before, and I was like, this is a really good. No one else is doing this, and so I just got better and better at filming and editing and stuff. And so that led into like, oh, okay, cool. I know how to edit, I know how to film. And now when it comes to like my actual battle, I can do the same thing with these clips and put it out. And you just kind of find it all these tools and stuff kind of come together, and you're like, oh, I can kind of do all of this stuff. And so I got very lucky with all the skill set. Like, this is basically all I'm good at. Like, this and Rubik's Cubes are the only things that I can do. that I'm very good at. So it's like, I got, just very random skill set that happened to all come together pretty perfectly.
That's incredible. And speaking of the Rubik's Cube, you did have that viral moment with the Rubik's Cube. How difficult was it? Like, just difficulty-wise, how difficult was it to rap and be doing the Rubik's Cube at the same time? Or is it something that you've mastered so well that you could be cooking and do the Rubik? Like, is it just something you don't even think about, or was it really high concentration to do the cube and rap?
Yeah, it's the most terrifying thing I've ever done in rap ever. If I wasn't wearing like jeans, my legs were like shaking so much during my first and second round. I was so scared because dude, the entire day I was freaking out because I have to film this entire event. So I'm the first one in the building, and I have to, for 8 hours I'm filming battles, just knowing, dude, you have to solve this Rubik's Cube. And if you don't do it, if it fails, it's going to be the biggest, it's going to go viral either way, because if you fail, it's going to look so cringy that it's gonna blow up either way. So you're gonna get seen for this, whether it's gonna be good or bad. And that scared me so much. And if you know how to, people that know how to solve Rubik's Cubes have told me, like, that's so much more impressive now that I know how to solve one. And knowing you did that while rapping, it's crazy. It just was so much work. It was disgusting, but it was one of those things that I knew if I stopped battle rapping, I'm gonna have to stop at some point. I don't know when it will be, but like at some point I'll stop. And I will always kind of go back and go, that was one thing I always wanted to try, but I just, I didn't really come to, and I was like, for O Solo, there's nothing to say to him. So I'm like, the only way you could actually beat this guy, because everyone says he wins everything all the time. Like, the only way I can beat this guy is if I do something so insane, like solve a Rubik's Cube and make it really good. And I'm like, it's just this is the perfect time to make it work. And so, I did, and it happened to work. And I was, oh yeah, I could have cried. I was so excited that I did it, because I was very proud of it. It was pretty cool.
You did an amazing job, brother.
Okay.
There's one matchup that I'm sitting back as a fan, just waiting for the day this gets announced. And I want to know how you feel about it and how you think the battle would go if it ever got locked in. Anderson Burrus versus Roan. How does that battle go?
Oh yeah. Oh, dude. I mean, yeah. Like Roan is incredible. Again, it's kind of like Shuffle T, where I don't think he has any desire to come back to battle rap or do it. If he did though, and he wanted to battle, that would be really fun. I think for the first like couple years I was on social media and doing like pretty well, it was 90% of my comments were just like, he's just Roan. It's just a knockoff of Roan. It's the team version of Roan. Oh, dude, it was insane. Like I had to talk to Roan about it because he was getting tagged so often in my stuff. And I'm like, dude, I am so sorry that this is like, because everyone says we sound just alike. And I know we do, but I don't hear it at all. So I just have to take everyone's word for it. I know it's just 100% my own cognitive bias, because like
I think you're both white, and that's where it stops. I don't think there's any other stylistically y'all rap very differently.
Interesting. I totally get, when I was watching the first time I saw Roan, it was when he battled Prophet, I think. And he said, it's your boy Roan. It's your grandma. It's my grandma's favorite grandson. And under his thing, it said one of his strengths was manners. And at that point, I'd been doing freestyle battles a lot, and I had kind of gotten the reputation of some people will call me the polite assassin, because I said something really mean to you in a freestyle battle, then apologize to you on stage in real time, because I would just try to I'm so sorry, that was mean, I'm sorry. And I saw the similarities we have in this, and I remember thinking, if this guy becomes really big, this is going to be a really big problem for me. And he did, and I was like, shoot, dang it, we have the exact same, we have the same approach to a lot of stuff, but it's a major compliment to me personally. I'm sure Roan's annoyed by it, which he has a right to be. But I'm obviously a major fan of original creative battle rappers, and he's very creative and original. And when people say that I have a similar style, it's kind of like being told you play basketball like Kobe Bryant. It's like, okay.
But it's not, because if you start to analyze, maybe I'm overanalyzing, but you've got the 4-bar setup thing going. He's got the long-winded, sometimes 8 bars, sometimes. I've never heard Roan do a 2-bar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it's very multi-syllabic based. Like, there's just stylistic differences.
Yeah.
Now, y'all both sarcastic. Maybe that could be a thing. Y'all both insult y'all opponents, but Roan does it in a very I'm going to paint this picture of you way, and it may take me some time. You're very much like, here are all the talking points that I'm hitting, bang, 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 every 4 bars. So it's like, stylistically, y'all are very different. And if we're just talking raps, but I guess I get where there's like tiny comparison, but I do think that y'all battling each other would be very, very fire.
Yeah.
And if he does decide to come back, I think you'd be a problem for him.
I think it'd be really fun. I mean, again, he put me on the nicest thing. He is he's an awesome guy. So that's the problem where I'm like, God, I wish I hated these guys more. And I don't, doesn't mean I would be nice to him, but like when I was battling Chiron, like we had a conversation before we battled, and it's like, hey man, like we're going to be mean to each other, but like, let's still make it so that we can hang out, like, let's just make this like, like, and that was really the line where it's like, we know, like we could, like, you could say mean things about, family. You could say mean things. We know each other pretty well.
Yeah.
But like, let's just stick to like the, calling each other retarded and racist. Like, let's just kind of stick to like those things.
The good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's keep it lighthearted. Let's
just keep it lighthearted. You're in the clan. No, you're in the clan. That's the whole, whatever two battle rappers.
And here's a picture
white
of
guys. Yeah, that's all it is. Every time. Every single time two white guys battle, it's always, you're racist. No, you are. That's all it is.
That's so funny. Who are other people on URL that you'd like to battle?
I think that's a great question. I gotta kind of I think it'd be fun to battle. Jeez, man. I don't know. I've been so obsessed with Charlie Clips for the past month for writing for him.
Really
can't even think about anyone else. I do think there'd be some there's definitely some matches on there that would be fun. I'm someone that really cares about either I want to battle like the legends that are going to be good view wise. Like if there's just, Charlie Clips is just good for views. Doesn't mean that I'm going to like use him for views and not try. I'm going to try everything I have. I always give 100%, but there's a certain level of like business wise, this makes sense for me. And I want to do that. But there are people that I'm like, I got to think about like the angle. If I can see a really good angle for you, then I get really excited because I don't really care about like status or anything. Like if you have an angle, I'm interested in it. And I want to,
It's funny you said angle because I was definitely wondering when you and T-Top are going to lock in.
Yeah, dude, that would be so. He might be my favorite person.
Both heavy anglers. There's a lot to do right there.
He's just like one of my favorite people ever. I was talking to my mom last night, funny enough, and I was just telling her, I'm like, I think T-Top is one of my favorite people on the planet. He's the funniest human being.
Very likable.
Coolest people. Yeah. Every time I'm around him, I'm like, dude, you are the funniest. Like, I don't think people ever give him enough credit for being the most charismatic, hilarious guy. And like everything he says is hysterical to me. And so man, it'd be so hard. I'd probably have to do it in a compliment battle because I just don't know what I would say that I would. I don't know, man. I have so many things to compliment him for. I just don't have many things to criticize him for. I really just, he's just a great friend, a great guy, and one of my favorite battlers of all time. And it's tough, man. It's tough when you're a big fan and you're good friends with someone.
Agreed.
It's just hard to go, all right, I gotta throw all that out the window.
Okay, let me just write that down. So what about you and Disaster? Let's talk about off URL.
Yeah.
KOTD.
Well, we did battle on the Zoom call thing.
It was that was what like social distancing kind of thing.
Yeah. And that one was really fun. And yeah, I mean, dude, that would be really fun. I really do hate that happened if like because I just assumed that would never happen in person. I love my material for that thing, and I'm like, God, I loved my performance there. So I was like, that's gonna be hard to kind of start from scratch on that because I really touched on like the big angles I would probably do in the battle. But yeah, I mean, Diz is an absolute legend. The problem really does come from like I absolutely do not do long rounds at all. And I'd get nervous. I don't know if I could trust him to do like short, like 2-minute, 2:30 rounds. Because I just think once a battle crosses 40 minutes, you're losing a lot of people.
You're losing the consumer for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe Caustic instead?
Oh, Caustic would be great. Yeah. Again, I don't know if he's battling much at all, but like it'd be really fun.
But I also want to see you against some pens too, because one thing that's underrated about you is your pen. You are a very good writer. And wit is an underappreciated skill, which you have developed very well. I would love to see you battling a Nitty, a Kid Chaos, I'd love to see you and B Dot if B Dot ever came back.
Mm.
Do you have like pen type battles? Like, would you be open to those type of battles where it's really like you're battling a lyrical miracle ass individual? Is that
Yeah.
something you'd be open to?
Oh, absolutely. But not Nitty. Nitty is someone that I would not want to battle because there's nothing to him. He is brilliant with that, and that's something that I try to do too.
Yeah.
Nitty, one of his biggest strengths is how normal and boring he is as a human being, and that
Mm,
is what battle rappers should be trying to do. I don't post anything on social media except for my rap battles. It's
mm,
I don't ever talk about but anything other than just here's my battle. That's the only thing to focus on because I want to be boring. And I am a boring person. There's nothing to me. And
mhm,
that makes it very hard to write for me. And Nitty's the exact same way. He's a
mhm,
boring guy as far as
mhm,
what he presents on social media. When you ask him a controversial question, like a hot
mhm,
take, he'll
mhm,
give you a solid political middle of the fairway answer.
mhm,
And that's why he's like a genius because it just makes it hard to write for him. And you can only
mhm,
stick with like rum bars. There's not
mhm,
much to say to him. So I think I would not want to battle him because he's so good and there's
mhm,
not much to say. But like B Dot, absolutely, he's incredible. But there
mhm,
are really interesting angles with that, and I think that
mhm,
would be fascinating to explore.
mhm. Okay. Also ducking rum nitty.
Yeah.
This is great. Lots to pull from. What are your top five active Crucible battlers right now?
Hmm. Okay. I think actually did I write this down? I think I wrote this down because I
Take
could
your
I
time.
remember. So I like to do I'd always I feel like I always have that last spot always rotating, but I'd say Kid Slade, Eunice,
Mhm,
Capo, and I would probably say Klutz is the best. Kid Slade, someone I'd love to battle too. I think that would be a
fire,
really fun battle
fire.
because we're both in the same Crucible class,
Mhm,
and I just feel like that would be. I feel like he and I were like number one and number two in the Crucible class.
agreed.
And I think that would be a really fun battle to have happen because we're just so different, and I love style clashes. So
Me too.
he's never really battled anyone that's like funny, and so
Mm.
I think that'd be really fun to
And
do.
he's very funny too. Outside of the
Yeah,
ring, great sense of humor.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Very very cool
And
guy.
you sold so much coke, so it's like just to see the yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be fun. I
I
think
just realized it's
Klutz.
recorded. Sorry.
Yeah, well, Klutz to me, I think might be the best Crucible battle rapper to me.
Yeah.
I think he is just he's probably my favorite new guy.
Yeah.
As far as just like he'll like when he battled chess, I was losing my
Crazy.
mind. I was
Crazy.
like, how are we not talking about this more?
Crazy.
This is not normal. Like it gets to the point where I'm like, this is so good. This should be like this is way he should be getting every push, every look.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is just a really unique guy,
Agreed.
and he's probably my favorite new guy.
Did
But
you
like
see
yeah, I
him
mean,
against Low Spring?
oh yeah, I watched that. Yeah, just
Mhm.
incredible. I mean, just
Mhm.
because he's so good at my biggest critique with these new guys is
Mhm.
everyone is basically some version of Rum Nitty where we're all
Bingo.
punching, and there's no one I want to see against anyone that like no new guy I want to see versus any veteran
Mhm.
strictly off of like when Pat was alive. Pat is the perfect example of the thing that I selfishly hated when Pat died was
Mhm.
that selfishly I never got to see what he would say to Twerk, and that's what I always want. I'm like, what would
Mhm.
Pat say to this person? What would be the angle he would take?
Mhm.
With a lot of new guys, the problem is that so much of it is punchline based, and that's great, that's cool, but I'm not watching your battle curious what's the angle you're going to take on this guy. It's just
Mhm.
going to be kind of like you'll have some amazing name flips, some probably
Mhm.
cool general bars,
Mhm.
and some haymakers, and that's awesome. But it doesn't get me excited to watch you specifically because if I
Mhm.
walk away from the battle remembering some dope bars, but I can't remember who even said it, that's kind
Mhm.
of a problem that I think we're running into more and more.
Damn, that's so real. That's so real. Okay, let me undo accusing you of selling coke because that was very real. Okay. What are your top five battlers of all time? Like if somebody said you can only pick five, obviously battle rap is a huge tapestry of
Mm.
incredible talent, but you got to list five people that are your favorites.
Okay, I have I think three spots are pretty solidified, and that Pat Stay I think, and I would say this, but I again he died and it sucks for a bajillion reasons, but one is like I would have put him. He's always been my Mount Rushmore, pretty much number one for me. Is Pat Stay,
Mhm.
Twerk, and Nitty to me are kind of the three that I'm
Mm.
like they're kind of solidified with what they do, and
Mhm.
then I think it's a mix between Hollow is probably up there pretty solidified for me. Just kind of, his Clips battle, I think, is the best first round of battle rap history, probably one of the best rounds ever. And his approach with that was just so good. And then I think it's a rotating door between like Chiron, Shuffle T, Surf, and T-Top. Those are kind of the four that I kind of have, depending on like, how active they are and how well they're doing. It kind of is like, yeah, this is definitely one of the best of all time to me.
That's crazy. Great list. I like both those lists. Big salute to you. Speaking of Pat Stay, rest in peace, Pat Stay. There was a tweet. I just remembered this when you said that. Doc tweeted about how he could see you being as great as Pat Stay. I'm paraphrasing, but what I took from it was just that you also had a level of greatness that you were going to achieve based on the talent that you were displaying. He could see you being one of the greats. People misconstrued it and started trying to compare you to Pat Stay. It got all misconstrued the way battle rap loves to do. How did you take what Doc was saying?
That's a really flattering comparison that I don't really agree with. I think it's something like what we're talking about here. I just think that Pat still doesn't get the credit he deserves for being legitimately one of like the earliest founders in battle rap with the Elements League, and the fact that like he really is, he's a pioneer, just like like Lux, Mook, like he's one of the guys that legitimately inspired Grind Time to start, and his style never aged. If you watch his older, like his earliest battles, he's decades ahead of everyone back then, and his style kept on improving and kept getting better. And I just think he transcended battle rap in so many different ways. So I don't think it's possible for me to possibly have the impact or the legacy or the career that Pat Stay had, because I'd have to invent a whole new genre of battle rap, and I just don't think that it's really possible. I definitely really appreciate the sentiment though, and I understand the comparisons and stuff, and that is a very, very flattering comparison that I really appreciate Doc for saying. But I think as far as like just anything as far as legacy goes, he's legitimately one of one to me. So
I agree. One of the greatest ever. But that also doesn't negate the fact that you are going to be one of the greatest ever in your own right as well. You're consistent. You are multifaceted. You can film battles. You can rap battles. You can do a Rubik's Cube while you're battling. You're introducing these innovative ideas into battles. I've also seen your footage, the way you edit it. You're one of the best editors in battle rap as well. I've heard people say, I need to get in touch with Anderson to edit this content, to bring it to life. You rap incredible. You've taken on tough opponents. You're consistent. Your pen game is on point. Your performance is on point. Your poise, which is a very underrated skill in battle rap. Your poise is excellent. Your voice projection is great. Your attacks and your battle rap IQ are high. You have all the makings of ending up one of the greatest battles of all time. So stay on your journey. I appreciate you taking the time to do this. God bless you, Anderson Burrus, and good luck on your battles.
Dude, thank you. That was beautiful. Good gracious, man. That's a beautiful statement. I really appreciate that a lot, man. And it means a lot to have, again, people like you that are sponsors, and you specifically make battle rap very fun, because one, you're able to fund and help events, which I feel like sponsors are the most slept on, underappreciated aspect of battle rap in a culture where everyone's underappreciated and undervalued, especially the people that put their money in just because they love the culture so much. It's such a really appreciative thing. And then the fact that like this platform where you take the time to research opponents and stuff, or to research your the people you're interviewing, and genuinely care about it. It means a lot to someone that also loves this culture and that gets to participate in it. I really appreciate it. Like people like you make being a battle rapper very fun. And if it wasn't people like you, it would make it much harder for people like me to be inspired to write and try to perform. So I sincerely appreciate you for everything you've been done.
Thank you. That was very kind. I appreciate you. Yeah. I look forward to us circling back after you win all your battles.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for having me, bro.
Peace.
Appreciate it.